about the measurements and geometry, including the acute, right, and obtuse angle. So before we go to the lesson proper, let us read the objective first.
At the end of the lesson, the students are expected to identify and classify angles as acute, right, and obtuse angle based on their degree measures. Construct and measure angles using a protractor. Analyze real-life objects and scenarios to recognize the differentiate types of angles.
Background of the topic, everybody please read.
Measurement and geometry play a crucial role in understanding the shapes and structures around us. Geometry is the study of shapes, sizes, and the relationships between objects and measurements help us describe these characteristics accurately.
So, geometry is the study of shapes, sizes, and how objects relates to each other. While measurement, it helps describe these characteristics precisely. One important aspect of geometry is angles, which are formed when two lines meet at a point called the vertex. So when I draw the letter V here, the vertex of letter V is here, in which these two lines meet. So this point is called the vertex. Scope and limitation. This report will cover only the three selected types of angles, which are the acute, right, and obtuse. It will not address other types of angles such as straight, reflex, full angles, which are beyond the scope of this report. So, angle. Angle is a geometric figure formed by two rays that have common end point. Angle construction and measurement. A protractor is a tool which is used in constructing and measuring an angle. Degree, this symbol is called degree, is the unit of measurements for angles. To measure an angle, align the vertex of the angle to the center mark. Here is the center mark. Later on, I will discuss which center mark belongs here in the protractor. Center mark of the protractor and place the 0 degree mark on the side of the angles, and then read the scale where the other side of the angle intersects. So, here is the protractor. Everyone, eyes here. So, this is the center mark of the protractor. Di ba gamay mo ko ng center mark kung isa-isa itong malangan ta. So, dili lang kanin. So, imagine that this is the protractor. So, the center mark of the protractor is here. Then, this side, these two sides is called the zero line or the baseline. Tanawa dito, di ba na zero line or the baseline. So, to measure an angle, what we're going to do is first, we will put I will put mark here para dito ko lang i-align yung center mark kasi some protractor is meron silang butas dito, so it is easy for them to mark a point. But this kind of protractor is wala man siyang mark, so maglalagay na lang ako dito ng point para dito ko i-align ang center mark. So, I will measure the angle 62 degree. So, to measure 62 degree, first, I'm going to put a mark here and align the center mark. Then, I will put mark in the baseline or the zero line. And after that, I am going to connect this center mark and the baseline. And I will find where is the 62 degree here in the protractor kasi 62 degree yung i-measure natin na angle. baseline. Tapos hahanapin kung saan dito, sa number of protractor, hahanapin kung saan yung 60 degree. So nandito yung 60. Then you will connect from center mark to baseline, then yung measurement ng 60 degree. And this example shows that the ABC measures 60 degree. Let's proceed to the kinds of angle. So everybody please read.
Acute angle. An acute angle lies between 0 degree and 90 degrees. Or in other words, an acute angle is one that is less than 90 degrees.
So when a measurement or when an angle measures less than 90 degree, it is called an acute angle. Say for example, here, the measurement of an angle is 55 degree. So it is called an acute angle because it is less than 90 degree. Hanapin natin dito. So saan ba dito ang 55 degree? First, sa center mark. Then pagkatapos dito sa baseline. Then hahanapin natin saan ba dito yung 55. 50. Tapos kakount lang natin. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. So this is the 55. Ganun lang kasimple ang pag-measure ng angle. Dapat alam mo kung saan magsisimula at ano yung gagamitin para makuha natin kung ano yung angle na i-measure natin. So, when an angle is less than 90 degree, it is called what?
Acute angle.
It is called acute angle. Then the second one is the right angle which measures 90 degree. Tinawag siyang right angle because 90 degree is the center of the protractor in which same yung size nila sa left and right side of the protractor. Kaya tinawag siyang 90 degree. So when we say right angle, it is measured what?
90 degrees.
Then obtuse angle. An obtuse angle is the opposite of an acute angle. It is the angle which lies between 90 degrees and 80 degrees. Or in other words, an obtuse angle is greater than 90 degrees and less than 180 degrees. The figure above illustrates an obtuse angle. Obtuse angle. So, this is an obtuse angle. It lies between greater than 90 degree but less than 180 degree. So, all numbers that is less than 90 but greater than 90 but less than 180 degree is called an obtuse angle. So, opposite siya sa acute kasi yung acute is it lies between less than 90 no. Acute angle it lies between less than 90 degree. While the obtuse is greater than 90 but less than sa 180 degree. Kaya nga ng 180 man because protractor have only 180 degrees. acute angle, just what like I've said earlier, an acute angle is less than 90 degrees. Another 85 degree. Yes, Mitch?
It is an acute angle. It's because acute angle is less than in 90 degrees.
Very good. Then, letter C is an acute angle also because 26 degree is less than 90 degree. Do you follow?
Yes.
Do you know what is the difference of the three angles? The acute, right? And
Yes.
okay. If yes, can you differentiate the three angle, Miss Ate Argel?
Um, Acute angle is less than 90 degree. The right angle is measures 90 degree while the obtuse angle is um, measures less than greater than 90 degree but less than 180.
Yes, very good. So the the difference between the three angle, the acute, right, and obtuse, always put in your mind that when we say acute angle, it is less than 90 degree, while the right angle is measures exactly 90 degree, while the obtuse is greater than 90 but less than 180 degree. In conclusion, acute, right, and obtuse angles are essential concepts in geometry. Each type of angle is characterized by its degree, measure, and its distinct properties. Right angles measures exactly 90 degree. Acute angles are smaller than 90 degree and obtuse angle measures more than 90 degree but less than 180 degree. Understanding these angles is important for constructing shapes, analyzing geometric figures, and solving practical problems in various fields including engineering, architecture and design. Summary of key points. Angle, created when two rays meet at a common endpoint called vertex. Acute angle is measures less than 90 degrees, while right angle is measures exactly 90 degree, and obtuse angle more than 90 degree but less than 180 degree. Protractor, this one, a geometric tool used to measure and construct angles. Then the center mark here, the center mark of a protractor, the point where the vertex of an angle is placed to accurate measurement. Then baseline or the zero line here, the straight edge of the bottom where one side of the angle is aligned. Insights and recommendations. Understanding angles is foundational for students to progress in geometry and solve problems involving shapes and structures. The lesson connects theoretical knowledge with practical applications, helping students relate mathematics in real world real world contexts such as architecture. So this is the recommendations. Incorporate incorporate hands-on activities like measuring and classifying angles in real-life objects to enhance engagement. Use aids. Visual aids such as diagrams and videos to explain the process of measuring angles and their classifications. So, for you, para mas matutunan niyo pa kung ano yung differentiate ng tatlong angles, you can visit the references or the references I provide. So let's proceed to the